What's up, guys? So today we're going to be putting on the new brake discs for my 400. I've stated in some previous videos that the brake discs that are on here now are actually pretty warped, and whenever I'm riding and I push the brake lever in, I can feel it like wobble like this every time I'm trying to slow down. And actually this front right tire locks up because part of the brake disc is warped enough that it stops right there on the brake pads, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's hard for me to explain, but it'll be easier to show you once I get the brake disc off and everything pulled off. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how we get that done today. Obviously, first step, jack the front end up or just lift it up and put it on some jack stands like I always do. Take these 4 lug nuts off. I'm going to go from there. Now that the front wheel is off, we need to go ahead and remove this front brake caliper. In order to do that, you need to get a 12 millimeter socket and undo this bolt and this bolt. Now that we have the brake caliper off, take off this brake cover, I guess you could call it. Now the next step is getting this cotter pin out and then removing the castle nut. Now yours is probably not going to have this giant spacer on it. You won't have to worry about this thing being in your way. So the next step is to take some pliers and bend this cotter pin down, pull it out, get a socket on here, pop this sucker off, and then slide the whole hub assembly out. Cotter pin's out, you can go ahead and get a socket, put it on there, and I'm going to use my 1/2-inch drive here to pop this off. But it looks like it's a 15/16 socket. Now it's probably a metric one, but this fits on there really good, so I'm going to go ahead and use this. Just like that, it comes right off. Now you should be able to slide your entire hub completely off. Now that your hub's off, the next step is taking these 3 bolts out. It looks like Allen heads. Okay, so it looks like a T40 head here. I don't know what this is called, a T40 size. Fits this pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and use my impact to get this out. Just like that. Now, if you notice here, it looks like there's almost some red thread locker on these, so I'm probably going to be putting some red thread locker back on them. Hopefully it should come off pretty easy and not super hard like that. Here's the new one, here's the old one, side by side. I'm honestly now not sure if this was bent or not. It may not be. I do know whenever I spun the tire, it seemed like it caught every once in a while. And I thought that would have been this here. So we're going to do a couple tests to make sure that this is what was the issue. Best way to test to see if your rotor is warped, just put it on a flat ground and see if it moves. So this one is not actually warped or bent. I'm still going to change it out with the newer one, because that way both sides have new discs on them. But I'm going to go ahead and put everything back together. Repeat exactly how I took it off. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side off camera, and when I get to the other one, I'll show you if it's warped or not. So after all that work, this is the old one, this is the new one. It's not warped at all. I guess maybe it's just my rim, which I know my rim is warped, so I guess that's what's causing the issue. Must not be the disc. Anyhow, I'm going to put the new one on. So I'll just have a spare pair of these, I guess, because these are technically still good. Oh, maybe that's why. You can feel wear here. Some pretty rough wear. Okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and call that good. The brake discs are all back on. Everything's put back together. I'm going to ride around the block a few times, make sure the brake pads are seated in properly. Then I'm going to call it quits tonight. I do need to bleed the brakes, but that's not going to happen tonight. I'm running out of daylight, as you can see. It doesn't really look like it, but I am. You guys know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments down below. I'll try to get to them as soon as I can. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this is a quick one.